Hey guys, what's up? This is Namira from Neowin, and today I will be unboxing the DOOGEE S59 Pro. Now this is a rugged smartphone with a very large battery, probably something you have not heard of before, a 10,050 mAh battery inside a phone, a smartphone. Alright, so a little bit about the brand. DOOGEE is a Chinese company. They first became popular because of their Mi Mix, which was a regular smartphone back in 2013-ish. So the brand was founded in Spain, but now they're Chinese. The company is fully Chinese. And currently they completely focus on creating rugged smartphones. Alright, so enough about that, and let's go ahead and talk about the phone that we have today. The S59 Pro launched in December, and it was the flagship device for the brand in 2020, that is. So this phone is priced at $200, $199.99 to be exact, and it's available globally. Okay, so let's go ahead and proceed with the unboxing itself so we can see what this phone with a huge battery looks like. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open the box, and let's see, we have the small box inside, the phone itself, of course, which for now we're just going to move away. Let's just keep it to the side, and let's analyze what we have inside the box first. Okay, so since that is a ginormous battery, 10,000 mAh, of course they have fast charging support. So there's a 24-watt fast charger inside the box, and you get a Type-C USB cable, and there's this weird tube, and I'm guessing this is some kind of liquid. We'll come back to that. Okay, so here you can see the charger, the USB-C cable, pretty standard, and also a little slip-on kind of thing. So I guess, you know, you could attach this to your phone and wear it around your hand, tighten it so you would never drop your phone. Now, I find this a little funny because this is a rugged phone and we should not care about dropping it, so you should not be needing this, but well, it's a nice thought. Alright, so moving on, let's look at this box before we look at the phone itself. This little slot, and here we have some warranty cards, and oh, we have, interesting, there's a screen protector and a smaller screen protector here, which I'm guessing is for the camera bump on the back. Well, that's nice. I have not seen many of these. I mean, most Chinese companies do give all these things in the box, but I haven't seen that, so that's nice. A thank you card, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, speaking of this weird tube, I think this is some kind of a liquid, you know, to avoid getting bubbles in your screen protector, perhaps, when putting it on. So yeah, that's about it. That's all we have in the box. Pretty standard. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, we can put this aside, and we can look at the star of the show, which is the phone itself. And my oh my, this thing is pretty darn heavy. Oh my god, it's like a freaking brick. This thing is just, it's like a tank. Oh my god. So on paper it's supposed to weigh 300 grams, and that seems about right. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a heavier actually. Right, so it's a rugged smartphone. We did expect it to be thick, but this is one chunky boy. Alright, so the display is not really that different or special. It's a HD plus LCD display. It is 5.71 inches. The resolution is 1520 by 720p. Okay, so there's this teardrop notch, which was trending for a while, and look at those bezels. So those are some huge bezels we got there. I mean, come on, that's huge. So yes, as you can see, I went ahead and set up the phone before, but before we go inside the phone itself, let's look at all the internal guts and so forth. Alright, so on the front we have the front camera, which is 16 megapixels. Okay, so let's look at the side here. The body of the phone is made of metal and some kind of hard carbon, not carbon, what, plastic, I think. I'm not sure. I will mention that on my review. So I have a feeling this is plastic actually when I touch it. Yeah. Okay, so on the side here you can see there is a side-mounted fingerprint sensor. Okay, and we have the power button and the volume buttons. Yes, on the other side here we have the SIM tray, as you can see. So this phone supports dual SIMs, and you can also expand the internal storage. So you can put in a TF card, and interestingly, there is another button here which is fully customizable. You can choose from the phone's software, you know, what you want to assign, what function you want to assign to this button. So that's cool, yeah. So the phone itself is military grade, IP rated apparently, MLT 8110G to be precise. It also has IP68 waterproof rating and IP69 dust resistance. So this one has NFC supports, Google Pay support. You have 4 GBs of RAM in there, 128 GBs internal storage space in there. On the back here we have the speaker. So the speakers are on the back and there's a grill here. And the phone is supposed to have some powerful speakers, 2-watt speakers. I'm excited to test every aspect of the phone. So, I mean, let's see how loud that really gets, you know. A full review will be posted on our website soon, so you guys can stay tuned for that. Right, so apart from that, yes, the chip inside is the MediaTek Helio P22, and I think those are all the specs we need to know. Alright, and I think the only thing left here is the quad camera setup on the back, as you can see, for which we have a screen protector in the box. This is nothing ordinary, if a little disappointing somewhat. So the main camera is a 16 megapixel AI Samsung lens, and then you have an 8 megapixel wide angle lens, an 8 megapixel macro lens for some reason, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. I'm not expecting much from the camera. I mean, maybe the phone could surprise me. For $200, you never know. I'll find out later. Okay. So I think we went through pretty much everything. Let's come back to the phone itself. Right, so we have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, and since I've gone ahead and set up the phone beforehand, you can see it in action. It's responsive, but not so responsive. I mean, sometimes there are glitches, sometimes it just straight up refuses to work. For now, it's working, you know, just fine. Alright, apart from fingerprint sensor, there's also facial recognition, so you can use that for security. Biometrics wise, you have those two options. So internally the phone is running Android 10 out the box, and it runs stock Android, so you know, the result is something smooth, clean, you know, not much in there. It's ready to be customized as you like, I suppose. And of course here we have a couple of apps. So for example, there's this one app for the red one, and it's the emergency alert history. Now, as you can guess, this phone it's focused on a very specific segment of the market. I think like thrill seekers, you know, people who like to go camping for long periods of time. So, you know, they wouldn't want their smartphones, you know, falling into a ditch, or I don't know, you drop it while hiking or something. So you know, that's why it has all these customizable functions like this button, so and this emergency alert app that you have. So apparently I think the idea is that if you were in trouble somewhere, you could, you know, assign this as an SOS button or something. You know, it would automatically call the authorities and get you out of trouble if you needed help. Yeah, so I think that's the idea behind that. And there are a couple of other things that this phone can do as well. I do believe that it has an underwater mode, I think. Alright, let's go in here. Yes, here you go. So, well, it is waterproof, so they have a designated mode for that. And there are a couple of other features. So I'll be going through everything in detail and posting my final thoughts and opinions about this phone overall on our website, as I mentioned before. So the full review is coming soon. I think that's about it. There's nothing else to it. So that was the unboxing and first impressions for DOOGEE S59 Pro. My first impressions are that this is a really heavy phone. I mean, it must be really worth something. I mean, it needs to have an X factor for me to want to carry such a heavy phone and something so fat around every day. And let's hope it has that, because that battery size, I mean, can't wait to drain that. That's gonna take forever. We'll find out. Guys, if you have any questions, queries, comments, do let me know in the comment section below, and I will try my best to answer them. Thank you very much, and have a nice day, guys. I'll see you later.